Game 3 on Sunday, Matt Gorski came out in the 8th inning, walking a little kind of gingerly. Is there any kind of injury there, any status update on him?
That was just a little tightness. I mean, it was a cold day Saturday, that long doubleheader, and cold again on Sunday. So just a little tightness, just a precautionary thing. So he'll be day to day, and he'll be fine.
Has he been practicing this week?
Yeah, he'll continue to work out, and he'll be fine. Just a little tight.
Now this series under your belt, what kind of level of comfortability do you have now compared to before the full season actually started?
Yeah, a little more comfortable. I think we get a chance that the guys get to know us a little bit, and we get to know them, their personality, how they handle the moment a little bit more. And so we have a chance to really be honest, have an honest assessment, and really get to work this week, be a little bit more specific. You know, I think when you practice so much, you have one idea, then you play a game, and the emotions get going a little bit, and now we're able to really zero in on what we have to get better at.
You mentioned left field and second being a couple of positions that you're kind of keeping an eye on early in the season here. How would you assess just what you got out of each of those positions opening weekend?
I thought it was fine. I thought our defensive play at both positions was excellent, which is our top priority. So from that perspective, it was very good. Left field was kind of a revolving door a little bit as we did some matchups, and second base a little bit as well. So I thought the production was fine. At this point, the ability to play high-level defense is the most important thing. So as we grow offensively and kind of get back to what we've done more so over the last 8 or 9 months, I expect those positions to be more productive.
And with Saturday's doubleheader, you had a lot of shifting in lineups. Do you feel like you got to see a lot of production out of different players on your team?
I don't know if we had a lot of production, but we had a lot of different faces, and so hopefully we see more production. But we did get a chance to see some different guys, and I expect us to see more guys again this next weekend. There's more guys I'd like to move in there, and as that lineup kind of shifts its way through. And we've talked the whole year with the boys about we're going to play to matchups, and we're going to try to play to our strengths. And, we have talented players, we have intelligent players, we also have depth, and so we need to be able to utilize all of our strengths to make sure we're maximizing our individual ability and therefore our team's ability as well.
Following up on that, in games 1 and 3, you had the same top four. It was Gorski, Walker, Khalifa, and Lloyd, top of your lineup, and that was definitely more productive than what you had in game 2. Is that a top four we're going to be seeing more of going forward?
A lot of it depends on, there's just so many variables that go into it. I would like that to be, but Cade Bunnell is a really good player, and he's been extremely offensive. He's been one of our better offensive players, and I'd like to see him in situations more. Depends on if we feel like Matt Lloyd's up for that game or not. It depends on, with the catching situation, you're looking at those things. So there's a ton of variables that go into that. For us, the most important thing for us is to play great defense. So we're going to play defense first. We're going to pitch. We're going to make sure our pitching staff is comfortable. It's really hard to lose when you don't give up any runs like we did in that third game. And so we have to make sure our staff is comfortable. We're putting the best defensive team that we can out there. We do need to be more productive, but I do believe that the entire lineup is capable of carrying that load, not just if one guy is in or out of that particular position.
And Holly pitched to a level that he's pretty accustomed to pitching to, but what did you like that you saw out of Tanner Gordon and Tommy Sumner this weekend?
I liked Tanner's ability to go in and be composed. He sat in the dugout. It was like 20 degrees all day. He sat there all day and then comes out and gives us a quality start in less than ideal conditions. And so his ability to throw the changeup, to work both sides of the plate, to hold the run game. As the conditions are more improved, we'll see him extend and expand his role a little bit. Tommy did what he's been doing the last 3 or 4 weeks, which is really, really pitch. Controlled the run game. He had to get on first and second, nobody out, managed out of it without anybody scoring. And so Tommy's ability to pitch to both sides of the plate, to both right and left-hand hitters, control the run game, and really not allow his emotions to get big in a moment, are really our strength of his.
Paulie's got a track record for success, and he was going out there as a Friday guy. What have you actually wanted to see from him maybe this year in that role?
Exactly what he's done. He's done things on the field to allow this program to have success for a long time. But it's behind the scenes. It's his ability to truly grab a staff and help to lead it and grow and mature young guys. And he's done all those things. He is the consummate professional away from the field. He's a great upperclassman. And so we know he's got the ability to go and perform. He has added a changeup, and that's been a nice compliment. But he was good before that too. But what we want to see is him continue to be a leader and pay forward the lessons that he's had upperclassmen teach him and that he's learned by pitching some of the biggest innings in program history, certainly over the last 10 years. And so those are the things that we ask of him, and he's done a tremendous job of.
Personality-wise, how is he maybe suited for that Friday role, whether it's on the mound or just behind the scenes?
He couldn't be suited more perfectly for it. He's unflappable. He's very even-tempered, even-keeled. He's got a 3-4 pitch mix, both sides of the plate. Everything you need a guy to do. He can hold the run game. He's quick to the plate. He fields his position. He made a really nice play on a chopper back to him, and all the things that you want to see a guy do to give you 6, 7, hopefully down the line, 8 innings strong. You look at him this weekend, what he did to conserve our bullpen in that first game. It really gave us a chance in that second game to conserve some guys, and now we didn't do as well with it. And now at the same time, we did make 2 errors in that inning that allowed them to score the runs. And but he gave us a great chance to hold some guys and then be able to use them second game on Sunday.
You had Jeremy Houston in that 9-hole, and you gave Gorski and Walker the chance to come up with a couple runners on base. So what does having Houston in that 9-hole do for your lineup?
I think as much with Houston in the 9-hole as actually in the 8-hole when the matchup is right, is you've got 2 guys that have really shown the ability to have great at-bats. And you want to allow Gorski to do what he can do uninhibited, right? He's got a chance to steal a bunch of bases. He can hit for power. He can, as he continues to grow and hit with guys on base better. You just don't want to slow him down. But at the same time, after that first at-bat, to have 2 guys that can be table setters in front of him, the leadoff guy only hits first once, right? And beyond that, he's just another guy. And so if you put some guys ahead of him that can table set, and then it's not just him, but now it's 2, 3, 4, some guys that you have a lot of confidence in. So then Drew Ashley has shown the ability to have great at-bats, not just this year, but last year as well, obviously. And then Jeremy has shown in our work a very different approach, ability to walk, take balls, take the ball the other way. I think what you saw on Sunday, that's who he really is. And he had some good at-bats on Saturday. Got some good counts, kind of got excited and rolled over a few balls. I think those balls will continue to work back to the middle and the other way as he did on Sunday. And so it allows Matt to have the best of both worlds, where he's able to hit uninhibited early and then hopefully have some guys on base late and then have some guys behind that can help protect him too. So that was kind of the thought behind it with kind of doing some things a little bit differently and just evaluating Matt's strengths and also the guys' strengths that are around him too.
Over the weekend, we saw a few guys make their college debuts. I think it was Skrine, Tucker, and Franklin. Did you like what you saw out of those guys?
Yeah, they did exactly what we had hoped that they would do. Tucker comes in and gets a double play ball right away and kind of the unorthodox way. By the line drive, double play back at him. But he gets out of the jam. And again, this next inning was good too. We did make a couple plays, and that's through no fault of, it wasn't a lack of effort, it's just baseball. But he did a good job managing that. Alex Franklin was terrific. And Jake Skrine did exactly what we asked him to do, was come in and have good at-bats against lefties. He doubles off the wall. It kind of gave us a little bit of a spark there in the 9th. As he continues to grow in his maturity, I think Jake's a guy whose role will expand beyond just against lefties as he's able to turn on balls more naturally, has more confidence in that. But he does give us a nice matchup option against lefties, especially guys that will live middle away and sneak one in every now and then. He's got the ability to turn on the ball. But give us a nice matchup option so we don't have to put guys in poor situations. So they were all terrific. They've all shown those things and expect them to continue to do that.